Welcome back to RV Capital Talk. We are here now with Piar Adams, who is the president of the RV Aftermarket Association in his third year as president, as well as being director of sales at Carfree of Colorado, a prominent awning manufacturer in the RV business. Welcome to RV Capital Talk, Piar.
Hi there. Thank you for having me.
Piar, the prime motive for asking you to be our guest today on RV Capital Talk is the fact that the RVAA, the RV Aftermarket Association, is kicking off on Wednesday, your annual executive conference. And
That's correct.
We're hoping you could tell us a bit about that, first of all.
Sure. It's actually quite a unique event that we have, and it's the RVAA, the RV Aftermarket Association, is made up of suppliers like myself, as well as wholesale distributors, manufacturers, agents, and supplier members. And our annual conference is an event where we come together once a year, and we actually have meetings together, anywhere between 20, 40, or 60-minute meetings, where the distributors go around to the different suppliers and have meetings to discuss whatever it is that they need to discuss, whether it's new products, whether it's product releases, shows, marketing campaigns, any of that nature. They're able to do it in these quick meetings.
So the suppliers are the fixed object. They're in these hotel rooms essentially.
Yeah, it sounds a little strange, but it actually works out quite well. So you've got a number, 70 or so suppliers they're the fixed position, as you had mentioned, in the hotel rooms, and the distributors go from supplier to supplier for their meetings.
And interesting in itself is the fact that you have so many people who compete with each other, involved participating in this deal.
Right, it is. I mean, we do have a lot of competitors, be it the suppliers as well as distributors, but it's nice to be able to come together as an association. During the meetings, those are private meetings, as if the distributor went to the supplier's place of business, or vice versa, if the supplier went to the distributor's place of business. But then also within the event, we do have different receptions and segment lunches and a full business meeting where we do come together as an association.
If there's a thrust as such this year, more than anything else, if there's a theme, well, what might it be?
Within the conference, and it has been for the past couple of years, and that is our best practices program, where we piggybacked off what RVIA did a number of years ago through their different task force on best practices, and we adopted some of our very own, and we are pushing our members to implement, adopt, and engage in these best practices, just to help the whole two-step distribution model become more efficient and better serve the dealers and the consumers.
Are you telling me that some of the themes of the Go RVing Coalition's Committee on Excellence and some of those types of things are surfacing here?
Yeah, as I mentioned, and thank you for reminding me the exact name of it, but we've done it the past couple of years, and it continues to be a focus of ours, is the best practices.
And so table talk, the economy, certainly will be a central theme.
It will, and it's quite interesting because we see all the numbers that come out from RVIA and Dr. Curtin and the various numbers on wholesale shipments and retail takeaway. But what's interesting is in the aftermarket, we really don't have any kind of concrete information that we're able to benchmark against that says, hey, the aftermarket is doing well or it's doing poorly. The general consensus is that the aftermarket is doing well and has done so over the past number of years. Certainly there was a slowdown, but I don't know that it was as drastic a slowdown as we saw in wholesale shipments. And the reason I say that is because even though shipments and retail takeaway slowed down, the existing RVers, 8 or 9 million RVs that are out on the road these days, a number of those people were still using those RVs. And as they use them, as they get into the campgrounds, they're going to need parts and accessories and service on those units.
So is the mood is pretty positive here for the rest of this season as well as into next year?
Yeah, I'd say overall it is fairly positive. We'd like to see it a little bit better, of course, but I don't think that there's any doom and gloom that we're seeing now or in the near future.
Okay.
I noticed in doing a little homework for this interview that you went with a new management firm, RVAA went with a new management firm
Yes.
earlier this year. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, we had an executive director, Carl Etscheid, with Etscheid Association Management, and he had been with the association for about 8.5 years. He decided that it was time for him to pursue other interests. He had some other things going on and wanted to spend more time on those pursuits as well as with family. So we went out and we found a new association management firm called Landon Fari and Associates, and they are headquartered in Naperville, Illinois. The really nice thing for us bringing this group on, as good of a job that Carl did, he really helped the association grow through his tenure, as well as I think become more valuable and more recognizable throughout the industry as a whole. What Landon Fari brings to the table, they're gonna allow us to get to the next level. They've got professionals in every facet of association management, from member services to event planning to media services. It's a full service firm that's helping the association.
If you don't mind, I'd like to touch quickly on Carfree of Colorado and
Sure.
the fact that you recently held an open house
Yes, we did.
in Elkhart. Tell
Yes.
us a tad about that, if you would.
Yeah, that was our annual, what we call an OEM showcase or OEM open house that we do at our warehouse that is located in Elkhart. And it really is kind of a sneak preview for some of our existing customers and perhaps potential new customers, where we'll bring them in and show them some ideas that we have and introduce some new products that we have for them. And typically we've done it in the August timeframe so that we're able to meet those OEM customer needs going into the Louisville show.
So your open house preceded the open house.
Yes.
One industry political question, and do you see a day, perhaps, PR, when this open house, the late September open house, has a place at the table for suppliers more than it does today?
Time will tell. I don't know. Everything that I'm hearing, talking to different customers and reading, is that this is really all about the dealers and the manufacturers and those relationships. And I know that these OEMs are trying to sell units there and perhaps pick up new dealers as well. And I just don't know if they're going to want to be encumbered with suppliers in that same space trying to capture that dealer's attention. I don't know.
Good answer. I think that some of the OEMs certainly are, determined to keep the focus on OEM sales.
Sure.
All right, Dave, do you have any more questions
No,
for
I
PR?
don't think so. I think that thanks very much for being with us, PR, here on RV Capital Talk. And
Appreciate the opportunity.
yeah, great. Well,
We do as well.
thank you. We will be back in just a moment with more here on RV Capital Talk, so stay with us.
Stay up to date with RVNN TV with text messages about your favorite shows, when they're new, when they're live, and much, much more. Just text RVNN to 72727 and we'll keep you posted right on your cell phone. Stay in touch with RV Newsnet, the world of RVs. For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to RVNN.com.